The taxi rattled down a dirt road. Dust billowed, obscuring the crumbling archway that marked the entrance to Ravenswood Manor. Inside, Amara clutched her camera bag, her heart pounding in sync with the rhythmic squeak of the taxi's windshield wipers. Rain lashed against the windows, blurring the already fading light of dusk. The driver, his face barely visible in the rearview mirror, cleared his throat nervously. "This is it, Begum Sahiba." Amara paid the driver, her hand trembling slightly. She had accepted this assignment on a whim, lured by the legend of Ravenswood Manor. A renowned photographer of abandoned places, she craved the stories whispered within crumbling walls. But as she stepped out of the taxi and onto the gravel driveway, a shiver ran down her spine. The air hung heavy, thick with an oppressive silence that seemed to swallow sound. The manor loomed before her, a silhouette against the stormy sky. Taking a deep breath, Amara hoisted her backpack onto her shoulder and approached the house. The iron gates groaned as she pushed them open, their rusted hinges protesting after years of neglect. The path leading to the main entrance was swallowed by weeds, forcing her to tread carefully. With each step, the silence pressed in closer, broken only by the rustling of leaves and the distant rumble of thunder. As Amara reached the front door, a sudden gust of wind slammed against the house. The sound was like a scream, echoing through the empty halls beyond. Startled, she stumbled backward, her pulse quickening. For a moment she considered turning back, her instincts screaming at her to flee. But curiosity, always her downfall, urged her forward. Reaching for the tarnished brass doorknob, she hesitated for a fleeting second before turning the handle. The door creaked open, revealing a cavernous entrance hall shrouded in darkness. The air inside was stale and cold, thick with the scent of dust and dampness. Amara fumbled for her flashlight, its beam cutting through the gloom to illuminate a grand staircase that spiraled upwards into the shadows. Cobwebs draped the once ornate railings, and layers of dust covered the mosaic tiles on the floor. Stepping inside, Amara closed the door behind her, the sound echoing through the silent house. She shivered, the oppressive atmosphere sending chills down her spine. She pulled out her camera and began to document the decaying grandeur of the house. The air, thick with the weight of forgotten memories, pressed down on her, amplifying every creak of the floorboards and rustle of fabric from unseen corners. As Amara explored further, she discovered a series of rooms, each more opulent and decayed than the last. A grand dining room with a table set for 12, the chairs draped in dust-covered sheets, a library with shelves lined with leather-bound books, their pages yellowed with age, a music room with a grand piano, its ivory keys cracked and yellowed. Every room seemed frozen in time, remnants of a lavish past now shrouded in an eerie silence. Wandering through the darkened corridors, Amara felt an unsettling presence following her every move. Shadows seemed to dance at the edge of her vision, and whispers seemed to emanate from the walls themselves. She tried to shake off the feeling, attributing it to the stories she had heard about the house. But deep down, a primal fear began to take root in her heart. Nightfall brought a deeper chill to Ravenswood Manor. Amara had set up camp in one of the smaller bedrooms, its once plush four-poster bed now stripped bare and covered in dust. The only light came from a flickering lantern she had found in the kitchen, casting long dancing shadows on the walls. Outside, the wind howled like a banshee, rattling the windows in their frames. Unable to sleep, Amara sat on the edge of the bed, reviewing the photographs she had taken. The images on the camera screen seemed to reflect the growing unease within her. A strange mist appeared in several pictures, concentrated near the grand staircase. At the time, she had dismissed it as dust particles caught in the camera flash. But now, looking at the pictures in the eerie silence of the old house, she wasn't so sure. Suddenly the hair on the back of her neck stood on end. A cold spot settled in the air around her, and she distinctly heard the soft tinkling of a piano melody coming from downstairs. Her breath caught in her throat as she strained to listen. The melody was faint, barely audible above the howling wind, but unmistakably real. It was a haunting tune, both beautiful and melancholic, its notes hanging in the air like a whispered lament. Fear coiled in the pit of her stomach. She was supposed to be alone in the house. Had she been wrong to dismiss the local rumours as mere superstition? Gripped by a sudden urge to flee, she quickly packed her equipment, her heart pounding against her ribs. But as she reached the bedroom door, she heard it again. This time, the piano music was clearer, closer. And it was accompanied by another sound, the soft, measured sound of footsteps slowly ascending the stairs. Thank you for watching The Haunting of Karachi, A Terrifying Tale. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, like and comment on the video, and share it with your friends. Thanks for your support.